To a new video. Today I'll show you how to change brake fluid using the example of an Audi A3. The procedure is essentially identical for every vehicle. I'll demonstrate how to do it by foot, meaning using the brake pedal. Let me now walk you through step by step how to properly replace the fluid using a brake bleeder tool.
Quick heads up before the video starts. Don't be surprised about the quality differences between the videos we upload. Sometimes one will be good quality, other times it'll be poorer. One that's poor quality because we're uploading new and old car tutorial videos at the same time, but we've improved and recut the older ones, since a lot of the footage needed fixing and we wanted to bring them up to our current standards. What was unnecessary was cut out. And they're now being uploaded one after another. So, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss a video, and I'd say let's get back to the video.
Under absolutely no circumstances should you ever attempt to siphon brake fluid directly from the reservoir using a hose and your mouth. You should never ever do that. You must never use drinking water bottles. You should always store brewing sugar in tightly sealed containers at all times. Never ever mix brewing sugar with the polish, because that will make your polish begin to dissolve completely. Brewing sugar generally needs to be replaced every 2 years. Always be sure to use fresh brewing sugar. You'll see why in the video shortly, where I'll point it out again for you. Brewing sugar definitely belongs in hazardous waste, not the belt. First, we need to loosen the cap on the brake fluid reservoir. I've already taken care of that here because the filter screen is particularly stubborn to remove properly. I carefully pulled this out using needle nose pliers. We remove the entire assembly and thoroughly suction out all the old contaminated fluid. We do the whole thing with a syringe. We suck it out here, and then carefully pour it all into a separate brake fluid container. We do this entire process to ensure all the old contaminated brake fluid doesn't circulate through the entire brake system. But instead, we carefully extract it directly from here, thoroughly refill with fresh, clean brake fluid, and then proceed to work exclusively with the brand new fluid. So we suctioned everything out. And now we're filling everything back up. We're using a funnel for this because brake fluid should absolutely not drip down anywhere and start eating away at the paint or anything else. We're using a funnel and filling everything up. It's not a problem if you go over the maximum because the fluid will disappear soon once we bleed the system. First, I'll walk you through how to do this with your foot by operating the brake pedal. And if you accidentally spill any brake fluid while working on your car, quickly rinse the affected area with plain water right away, because brake fluid is an extremely hygroscopic liquid that actively attracts moisture, which means plain water is the only effective way to properly rinse it all off. Bleed them starting at the rear left, then front right, and finally the front left wheel. Here we've already taken off the tire and prepped everything. We're using an open container without a check valve, so you'll need someone to sit in the car and maintain steady pressure on the brake pedal throughout. Then pump 3 times until you've built up pressure, then release the valve, let the fluid drain out, close the valve again, and then you can pump once more. Here's how you switch out the fluid using just your foot. Now I'll demonstrate the entire procedure for you. So, you take the rubber stopper off. So now he's keeping the brake pedal pressed and you open the valve. And you can see the fluid mixed with air bubbles comes out. Alright, so right now he's pressing the brake pedal about halfway down, then you go ahead and close the valve again, and he'll give it 3 good solid pumps now. So he's holding it tight again. You open it up and the fluid keeps coming out. Close it back up. The man now presses the brake pedal 3 times again and holds it tight. And you keep doing this until no more air bubbles come through, and until you see fresh brake fluid flowing again. Listen, you've really got to be careful about how much you loosen that valve. If you unscrew it just a little too far, air will start sneaking in through the threads and totally mess up your whole brake bleeding process. And then air just keeps coming through constantly. And that basically defeats the whole purpose. So, we've been doing this the entire time now. Reopen it, air comes through once more. He pumps again. So now there's no more air coming through at all. Alright, so you go through all this process and then say it's roughly about 250 milliliters of brake fluid per side should be changed. So we can see no more air is coming through, just fresh brake fluid here, which is exactly why we've got this indicator light. And be careful not to. Over-tighten the valve or it might snap off on you. And now let's take a look at the whole thing on the front right. So we've already done the whole thing on the rear left. Alright, now let's really focus on checking out the front right side over here. And remember, when you're in the middle of bleeding a brake system, it's super important that you continuously add fresh brake fluid to the reservoir at the top throughout the process. Can't stress that enough. And your guy, who's now sitting in the driver's seat, he's going to press down on the brake pedal 3 more times until he feels solid pressure building up. Then you release the valve again. And you close it again. With certain types of fluid containers, there's a check valve installed, so no manual operator is needed because it automatically pushes the brake valve halfway, and when released, then it automatically pulls back the fluid or any remaining air trapped inside the container again. With the check valve in place, nothing can go wrong there. But in this case, we don't have a check valve and have to keep doing it repeatedly. And now we'll go through this process multiple times, about 250 milliliters, to fully bleed out the brake system. Here's another way to bleed the system without constantly opening and closing the valve. Here's what you do. Grab a container filled with clean fuel fluid and a hose. And just clamp the entire assembly right in this spot. We attach this one end into the hose, secure it right on here, and then lower the other end into the fluid. So when the driver inside presses down on the accelerator pedal, the fluid starts flowing out immediately. And as soon as they release pressure, the system only pulls in fresh liquid without letting any air enter. And that's how you can bleed the system. Alright, we're going to open it up now. You'll definitely want to use an extra long hose here to completely eliminate any chance of that old brake fluid flowing back into the caliper. Alright, here's the deal. You'll want to tighten that bleed nipple exactly to 10 Newton meters max, no more than that, and don't forget to put those protective caps back on when you're finished with everything. Then mount the tire and tighten it to 110 or 120 Newton meters, based on the manufacturer's specs. After driving about 50 kilometers, go ahead and check the torque, tightening it again if necessary. Then once you've completely bled the system, make sure your brake fluid level is properly adjusted. Don't forget to put the cap back on until it's all leaked out. Then just rinse everything off thoroughly with water. Maybe grab a spray bottle to make it easier. Spray it off and then you've already got it clean because, as you know, brake fluid can only be cleaned properly with water. There's really no other effective way to remove it. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. That's the whole process of how you do it with a brake fluid bleeder. For this step, we'll need this special adapter, which we're now going to screw tightly onto the reservoir here. Of course, you'll want to make sure you do this whole thing before you've even started sucking out the old brake fluid. So, let's go ahead and screw it on nice and tight now. Grab the hose from your bleeding tool and attach it firmly. Now that we've got everything properly connected, go ahead and switch the system on so it can start building pressure. And now we can easily bleed the whole brake system completely by ourselves without needing any assistance. The complete braking system operates exactly as if. There's actually someone sitting in the driver's seat continuously pressing the brake pedal down. In that case, you can just open it. We'll do it this way again with the key. put this on here, open it up, and the liquid just gets pumped straight on through. Really simple to use, but not everyone's got the gear for it. And it keeps bleeding the system nonstop, and you don't have to keep checking if there's still brake fluid in the container. It's way more convenient. So now let about 250 milliliters flow through. And then you'll notice that the rear right brake is fully bled and you finished the entire task. If it happens that you take off the hose now and the brake fluid accidentally spills onto any nearby surface, just grab some regular water, spray it down completely, and that'll take care of cleaning up the whole mess right away. Let's close this back up. Just not too tight. Wouldn't want the valve to snap off. So, and that's taken care of. We'll take the rubber stopper off here. Then slide it back through like this. It's much easier. We'll place it on here. Don't forget to put the rubber cap back on. So after you've completely replaced all the old brake fluid, double check that the level is correct again. Then you fill it up to the maximum line, not overfilled, just right at the maximum, before reassembling everything. If the liquid has leaked out, then you rinse it all away with water. Flush it all out. Same thing if you were working near the back of the tire and some brake fluid ended up on there. Spray it all down with water, blow it out completely, because water is the only way to properly clean up brake fluid. We've now completely replaced all of that. After doing the swap, your best bet is to tuck a note inside or in the service kit. Jot down exactly when you change the brake fluid so you'll know for next time when you should change it again. I hope you liked the video. Drop me a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a comment if there are any other videos you'd like to see me make or topics I could explore. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There are still tons more videos coming your way. Bye for now.